Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Moletrap here, coming at you with another Starcraft commentary, and we got another replay commentary here. Between Buy Flash and actually Hero is also in the Buy clan, although it says STX Hero as his ID at the top here for the moment. And this is another one from a random replay pack of pro replays that I found on the old TL, and not exactly sure when it's from, or why it's from, or how it's from, but it's from, and it's here. And we got Flash in the bottom left-hand corner being the orange Terran. It's a nice color. I like the orange patina there. Is patina even the right word? I don't think it is. Anyway, and we got Hero as the teal Zerg up in the top left-hand corner of the map. And this is, I already forgot the name of the map. No, I'm sorry. No, this is, yeah, there was a couple Hero versus Flash games, so I might do another one between these two players at some point. But this is a map, the name was in Korean, and so on the replay, so I have no idea what map this is, and just off of initial look around, I don't recognize it super well, so we're just gonna have some fun exploring what this map is like as the game goes on. Quick little disclaimer, actually. It's funny because I've been giving this little disclaimer about Savior every time I cast a Savior game. Now I gotta kind of do that for Flash too, that, like, you know, God player, but he's, if you aren't aware, has been wrapped up in a scandal recently. Oh, there's like a natural expansion right next to your base. And then it looks like there's a wide choke here. Oh, I do recognize this map a little bit. I don't know the name of it, but I recognize this choke right here. But yeah, Flash, if you aren't aware of it, caught up in a little bit of a scandal where he was promoting a cryptocurrency, a new cryptocurrency, and he did not reveal that he was being paid by the inventor of the cryptocurrency to promote it. And so he was just like, hey guys, I found this cool new cryptocurrency. I'm thinking about investing in it. It's so neat. And it turned out that he was actually being paid to do so. So he was basically deceiving his viewers on his stream. And it's been apparently a big deal. Flash, by the way, is saving up a lot of money here. Looks like he's probably going to try and expand. Typical Flash, especially from the old days. This is probably from like 2010, 2012, this replay. So this is like an older school replay. Don't know exactly when it's from, but that's my guess that I'm hazarding here. Oh, we got 3. Okay, he's got his pool going, but he's actually going to put a macro hatch in his main as well. It's an interesting spot. It's a cute spot. It's not... I guess it's just gonna make more creep areas so you can build more stuff in here, so that's kind of nice, I suppose. It's gonna make it so that Flash, when he tries to scan for the spire, he's gonna go 1, 2, 3 places to try and find that spire if he wants to see the timing of it later on. But in any case, yeah, so I honestly just don't know enough about the situation to make a huge judgment myself about the scandal with Flash, but what I can tell you is that the word on the street is that he's basically been blacklisted by the Korean community. So I can't tell you how I don't know how to react, and I don't know all the details, but what I can tell you is that he's being very shunned in the Korean community now, so he's become a bit of a pariah. So it's kind of unfortunate that we got another legendary player doing something dumb and getting canceled, basically. So just again, just a little bit of a disclaimer there about Flash, just so you all know. Anyway, but we're just gonna focus on this game for now and not focus on that too much. There's threads on Team Liquid if you want to go and read more about it and find out more details about the situation. And Flash is, if you also didn't know, Flash is now in the military. He's in the civil service because of his wrist issues. He is not in the military, but he's still to do his mandatory service. So he's in the civil service for 2 years. So he's basically just, I think that means he's going to be doing, I don't know, something public service related that's not military related. I don't know how that works exactly, but he is now, regardless, out for a couple years. He wasn't in the last ASL because he was entering into that service. So anyway, let's get into this game. We got Hero is putting down this spire down here on that third base. It's actually not the best spot to keep it hidden. If he scans here, he can still catch it at the end of his edge of a scan. But, and let's see, these scanners are almost complete. So let's see if he actually does scan as soon as he finishes those. We do have some skirmishing going on in the middle of the map here. Just kind of waiting here to see, is he going to scan with that first scan when the scan completes? Looks like he's not oh, do we just miss it? I just missed it. I heard the sound, but I didn't see where it was. Anyway, look at this. Hero actually running a few Zerglings into his main. Whoop. A little bit crazy on the scroll wheel there. He's going to be able to pick off an SCV, slow down this barracks construction. A couple Marines popping out are going to be able to deal with this. And Flash is, in the meantime, pushing into the natural expansion of Hero. He's actually got a significant force here. The Sunkens are not done yet, though. And that's kind of interesting. He had a third one out in front. Might have just been to spook Flash a little bit. And actually, that might have been where the scan was. He might have scanned the front to see what the defenses were before going in there. And actually, I'm not sure I recognize this map after all, because I don't seem to recognize this middle area. This choke looks familiar, but it might be just that there's another map from this era that had a similar choke point. Is he still dealing with these Zerglings in here? The Zerglings are still running around. Wow, he actually is just finally clean up these Zerglings. Zergling with 3 kills on it, by the way. It could have been from earlier, but he might have been picking off some SCVs in the meantime. Or those Marines that were accosting it earlier. Now he comes in with some more Zerglings. He's going to get a surround on the Firebat. He's going to push in from here before the bunker completes. And he's going to get a Firebat and a Medic for pretty much free and get out alive with almost every Zergling. One Zergling died. Rip Zergling. And, but that's a pretty good trade to get a Firebat and a Medic that were kind of caught off guard, not in the right position with the group there. So that's partly just because you know, those Lings were forcing Flash to be a little bit kind of hectic and like back and forth here, trying to deal with the Lings in his base. We're seeing a lot of Mutalisks coming down here, by the way. The turrets are coming up just in time. Mutalisks are coming in to harass. He's got a good squad of 6, it looks like, so far, and more coming on the way. He's going to get up to that good number. Probably going to get 8, 9, 10, maybe even 11 Mutalisks in that group, and curious to see if he keeps producing those Mutalisks. Okay, he's gotten the Mutalisks, and now he's getting drones and a Hydralisk Den afterwards. He got those 2 Sunkens up to resist that push. It turned out that was enough, so pretty solid defense there. Pretty close, though. I feel like Flash might have been a little bit, you know, it's possible he would have gone in there on 2 Sunken colonies. I think it would have been not quite worked out because there was enough Lings there that it would have been able to stop it. Here he's going to come in and harass the back here again. With these Mutalisks. He's going to take out 2 turrets. And is he going to go for a third? He's actually not even microing that well, but he's got a lot of Mutas here. And that's kind of why he's got 12 Mutalisks. That's interesting. So he doesn't have them grouped. He may not have them grouped with an Overlord, so that might be why he's doing this. Diving into the main base here, getting into a nice little pocket here where he can kind of micro against that choke, but now he's like, okay, no, actually, this is too much. I'm going to try and get out of here. And a lot of Mutalisks getting very injured, but none of them dying, it looks like. So that's kind of interesting. Getting a third base in the top right as well. Hero going for that third base in the top right. And so this is a situation where we've got the Hydralisk Den, we've got the Lurker upgrade going on right now, and Flash wants to make sure he puts pressure onto Hero before that Hydralisk Den finishes researching or evolving the Lurker aspect. He wants to try and put some pressure on because this is a vulnerable moment for him now, but Hero is just doing an excellent job of harassing these forces out in the open with his Mutalisks, and this is trying to buy enough time that he can get this third base going, that he can get the Lurkers going, so that he can defend that third base and potentially a fourth as well. And if he can pull that off, then he'll be in good shape heading into the mid game, basically. And we do have Flash pushing out now with a huge force. Well, not huge, a substantial force, but he's going to meet up with the other units that he had in the middle of the map, and he looks like he's trying to aim for that third base in the top corner, trying to get there before the Lurkers are in. He's encountering the Mutalisks in the middle. Mutalisks getting a little bit sloppy here. He loses some of those Mutas. He has less now to harass with, but if he can at least do some harassment, he's just buying time for those Lurkers. The Lurkers are being morphed right now. Where are they? They're in the natural expansion. So this third base is actually vulnerable. If he can get up there in time, JK, there's Lurkers already there. I missed out those Lurkers, and he's actually just walking on top of them. A few Marines and a medic, it looked like, dying there. The Mutalisks again continue to harass, so he actually is able to get things up fast enough. So the third base is secure. Now things are turning around. Flash putting pressure on Hero, and the things have turned around now to Hero now having map control. I guess Hero was also putting pressure on Flash at the same time, but you get the idea. Flash is pushing out with a massive bio army, and now the bio army is basically not able to continue doing its push because there could be lurkers anywhere on the map right now as well. He doesn't have the scans. He only has 2 scanners, so he can't just constantly scan everywhere in order to make sure that he's not being stopped lurkered or something like that. But also just, there's so many ramps on this map. I'm gonna have to see if I can figure out what this map is or something maybe later, because it's a very interesting map. But in any case, because of all the ramps, he can put these lurkers on the ramps and in the choke points. There's a lot of choke points as well. A really, really defensible map for the Zerg player. Of course, the Terran player can defend on those ramps and stuff as well. But at this point, it's up to the Zerg to be defensive. It's up to the Terran in this situation to try and kill those extra bases on the side. And it looks like he might be thinking about, what is going on here with these overlords? It's like a march of the slow overlords going on here. He's continuing to try and harass here. Maybe trying to bait him into the lurker fire a little bit. It's kind of cool that he's using... Oh, but he's actually exposed the lurkers, though, and Flash gets a beautiful spread on the side of them. They're on the low ground instead of the top of a ramp. And so Flash able to get a good little attack on the lurkers. He kills a few of them. Hero was able to kind of pick up those lurkers and run back. Flash falling back as well instead of pursuing those lurkers. Because the Mutalisks were kind of shepherding them there. Hero building up a significant, rebuilding a significant force of lurkers, I should say. And, oh, this is a nice choke. Flash needs to get out of there. Yeah, that was not a good spot for him. A few Marines kind of went around the side here. Kind of the only path that they had, but several dying along the way. So a trade in Flash's favor in that first encounter, and now a retrade back in Hero's favor. And it looks like, yeah, I don't know what these overlords are doing, honestly. They're just kind of slowly running around here. But he does have this third base kind of up and running now. Full saturation. He's going to get that fourth base. So he just, again, needs to buy time for Flash. Now, Flash does have these tanks out. When you initially get those lurkers, it shuts down the Terran push. But the Terran counter to that, the Terran answer, is the tanks and the science vessels. And so now here Flash does have those tools. Oh, he's going in with a massive force of lurkers onto that force. Ling's coming in from the side as well. The lurkers are on top of the tanks, but they're not really killing the bio. Can the bio kill the lurkers in turn? It looks like no. This position is just too weird of a spot for Flash to actually get us around with the choke here and the choke here. I mean, this choke was between these two ramps. Looks very, it looks like an open area, but it's actually a very small choke here. So Flash is completely annihilated here by these lurkers. Only a few lurkers being taken out. He takes out all the tanks. He takes out most of the bio as well. Now Flash is macroing like a fiend, of course, behind this. So you can see he's got 6 barracks pumping. This is kind of interesting, but what's going on here? Was he building? I think he was building another control tower here, and he canceled it to move it over here, so it wasn't interfering with his bio output or something like that. But in any case, oh, Flash is going to take some more damage over here from these lurkers, which are now down in this low ground. They're not trapped. They can come around here. This is a really interesting map. Lots of valleys and ins and outs and what have yous up going on this map. But in any case, Flash has really gotten the short end of the stick. They're even in supply right now. Usually you see the Zerg has a higher supply, lower supply count, and they're using their lurkers and what have you to defend until they can get to that critical mass later on in the game. And Flash is just gonna not siege mode here. He's just gonna take some damage. Now he takes out the lurkers. More lurkers on the side though with the Lings to accompany them. Now Hero has kind of divvied up his forces a little bit. This is only a handful of lurkers with some Lings, so Flash is going to be able to combat the smaller force of lurkers. Once you get the critical mass of bajillion lurkers, they can just annihilate the bio before they can kill them. But if they're not killing this bio fast enough, oh, he's going to move into these lurkers here. Flash being a little bit careless with kind of walking into lurkers this entire game. And there's a nice swarm in this choke point. Beautiful play, a double swarm there. He's going to chase him in here. The lurker's doing some damage. Ling's getting some free hits as well. Very, very nice play. Just a beautiful position here. So I think Flash needs to try and spend more time in these areas and less time in these little areas where he's obviously losing out on the tactical play by not having the room to maneuver against the lurkers very well. Again, kind of just walking onto the map here. Where is his medics? The medics are behind there. There's a lot of injured Marines just chilling there. kind of interesting. He's got this little side squad over here to defend this spot here. Flash is not gone for a third base yet. Okay, that was just gonna say, like, it looks like he's posturing to take this position. And here he comes in, Hero rather, coming in with a little side attack to try and take out this position. If he can swarm on the top, swarm the ramp, swarm the ramp. You've got a full defiler, swarm the ramp. Damn it! No, he doesn't swarm the ramp, and he doesn't take control of this spot. Must have been distracted by Flash pushing out on the side here. He does get a nice plague on some of the vessels in the meantime, but that was what he needed to do, is take control of this position to stop Flash from getting that third base up and running. He's building it here so he can float it over, and he's posturing to take control of that spot in the meantime. Plagued vessels again, dying to Scourge. Every vessel dies. Oh no! Mistakes were made on both sides in the last few minutes here. We see Flash losing all of his vessels there. And he's got 2 starports pumping him out now, but still, it's not optimal there to be losing. Oh, we're gonna see another big plague on these. Oh, nice plague on the Marines. Very, very nice. He's got a couple vessels out now already. A couple radiates in the bank, I should say. Pushing into this 4th base, and this is exactly what Flash needs to do, or rather needed to have been doing for a long time now, actually. He's going to push in here and irradiate a couple lurkers. The Defiler's going to put down a swarm and force Flash back, at least for the moment, though. But Flash really needs to try to take out that 4th base. Otherwise, Hero is just going to get a little bit out of control with his macro here. Flash not even able to take control of this 3rd base yet in order to mine from it. So, Hero really controlling this game for the most part from beginning to end so far. Actually, I shouldn't say to end because it hasn't ended yet. The Dark Swarms are going down in nice spots. Other than this one down here, he has been doing brilliant Dark Swarms in beautiful places and able to take control of areas pretty well. And he's just, again, going with a Plague instead of the Dark Swarm. Kind of interesting. But softening up those units, pretty hardcore. 2-2 upgrades, by the way, for Flash. I'm going to have to try and check the upgrades for the Zerglings in a moment here. Well, there we go. That's your answer. Okay, he's got 2-1. So he's not only got +1 weapons, but he is working on the Ultralisk armor, so he's gonna have there we go, it just kicks in, +4 or 4 carapace, and of course they come with a natural 1 carapace, so there's 5 armor on those Ultralisks. Those are beefy suckers right there. He's only got the +2 weapons. Is he and he's actually about to get +3, so this is a moment, and actually he's missed his moment. It's already too late for those Ultras to have that super effect. There was a moment where the Ultras had 5 armor and the Marines only had 2 attack. But it's over now because this +3 weapons is moments from completing there. It just completes right now. So could have been a good timing. Of course, the high armor rating is still really good for the Ultralisks, obviously. Anyway, it's not going to be as good. And the Carapace is going to be on the way. That late game Carapace is going to be on the way eventually. But at that point, Flash will be at 3-3. And they'll both be at 3-3. Actually, they'll be at 3-1, 3-2. Yeah, 3-1. He's not even researching the melee upgrades right there. But the Ultras don't really need the melee upgrades that badly. They already pack a huge punch. Flash is trying to secure this bottom right location for another base, by the way. Which would put him very, very cleanly ahead in the economy. But nope, not gonna happen. I think these cows are gonna say something about that. They're gonna come in here and just absolutely rampage. He even just cancels the command center right there. Nicely done. But Flash has kept control of this 3rd base though. But a few Zerglings and a couple Defilers are gonna be plague the SCVs. That'd be beautiful. It's gonna save the plague. Actually, I thought it wouldn't have been a good tactical move, but it would have been beautiful to plague all those SCVs and try and kill them with the Zerglings. But he actually puts down the Dark Storm a little bit too late, and there's actually just not enough underneath it to have any effect either. He only had a handful of Zerglings there, but he chases the SCVs away temporarily. Flash is going to regain control of that spot, though, and continue mining at it again. We've heard a few stims recently here going on, so he's actually really putting a lot of damage on his own units here. A lot of these Marines are at low hit points now from the plagues, and there's another nice plague there. The medics are having a hard time keeping up. He's finally staying in one place long enough that he can try to heal up those Marines, but it just was not enough. And Flash, GG's, Hero's gonna take the game. Very, very nicely played. Yeah, just like Flash just couldn't do, and you can see up here, this is part of why. You know, Flash, oops, I can't WASD. I tried to WASD to move around the map. WASD, but it doesn't work. But you can see he was losing these SCVs over here. Flash was also taking some damage as a natural, but it was mined out. So his only mining right now was this. He lost his attempt to get this base right here, and losing this base right here, he just didn't have enough to keep up with it. I didn't see what Flash's supply count was there at the end. I guess we can try and skip back for a moment and see what it was. Oh, we get to watch the whole Zerg build order and fast forward there. Hero's life flashing before our eyes. So Flash was at a decent supply count here, but without the ability to continue mining at all, and without having done any damage, any economic damage. Maybe there was a drop that I missed that I wasn't paying attention to, or something like that, but I don't feel like he really did any significant damage to Hero's economy at all. Hero was able to just get up his 3rd base, protect it, get up his 4th base. You can see he's getting up a 5th base right now, getting up a 6th base as well. And there's nothing Flash can really do about it. With the Ultralisks and the Defilers out, there's not just a ton that Flash can do. And, you know, Hero made some mistakes. He was not completely on top of it with the Dark Swarms as much as he could have been. And again, Flash was like stimming like crazy over here for no reason. It's really just reducing the hit points of his units. I don't know if that would have had an effect on anything. I'm not sure who's trying to accomplish there by stimming around, but maybe he just saw these units and he thought he was getting attacked hardcore and he was like, gotta stim. Yeah, Flash just with a lot of low units here. And again, the Hero is just up in supply also, and it's kind of interesting that Flash ended up GGing at that moment because he was losing his SCVs over here, but he had a little bit of money in the bank. He actually wasn't that low in supply though, but I guess he was just like, well, I can't really break down this ramp with the Dark Swarm on it. And Hero's supply, I don't even know where Hero's supply is. I guess some of it's over here, a lot of it's over here. I guess he just has a lot of drones too. So even though Hero has more supply, not all of it's coming to bear on this situation, but with his units having so low, yeah, I mean, look at this, you can see this down here, that Ultralisk had killed a lot of units, and he was just losing everything, so. Losing control of the game, and losing, crucially, control of his only mining base. So, anyway, but pretty nice game, though. Very, very well played by Hero, and, you know, Hero, by the way, if you weren't aware of it, also in the ASL, one of the stronger players nowadays. Even, you know, he was strong player back in 2010 or 2012 or whenever this game was played, but a strong player now. So, you know, look out for him in the ASL. Taking out players like Flash for 10 years now, but we'll see how he can do in the ASL this season. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. GG, and take care.